another episode of Curtain Call Conversations. I'm here this afternoon with Graziano Di Prima. You'll know who he is, of course, Strictly Come Dancing legend that he is. He's out on the road very soon with his new solo tour. It's called Believe. We're going to have a lovely chat all about that. How are you today?
Ciao, Emma. Thank you for having me.
You're
And
welcome.
yes, this dream come true is happening. And if somebody could come and pitch me, because literally doesn't feel real, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Is if somebody would ask me, you're gonna do your own tour, I will never believe it.
Yeah. And you're
So I'm
touring
living
along.
the dream.
Yeah, you're touring alongside your wife as well, which must be so lovely to work together.
This is even that's the cherry on top of the cake
Yeah.
because we do the same job. She does Dance with the Stars in Italy. I do Dance with the Stars, obviously, Strictly Come Dancing, and at the same time. So the fact that we can dance together is incredible.
Yeah.
And plus, obviously, because I'm telling my story
Yeah.
and she's part of my story and everything. Let's say the best part of my journey that never ends, obviously, because I think life is a journey, started from the moment I met her in a TV program in
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah.
And then from there, I started to go around the world, and then from start touring, and then the Strictly Call arrived. But obviously, people not just know me for Strictly, but there is completely different world behind
Yeah.
behind me
Yeah.
because I don't want to say that Strictly is the end, but it was the beginning of was the realization of, oh, that kid was right, coming from a small village in Sicily where 90.9% people work in the vineyards, they go peaches, they go farms, and I'm so lucky and glad that I had my family that made me understand in such early age that they would do sacrifices for me. And I think sacrifices bonded with belief helped me to where I am today. It's incredible. I didn't know that I would be here today talking with you about my story,
Yeah.
and that's what makes this so special, because you realize that just because of a passion, just because I knew that if I wanted to keep dancing, I had to try 150%. It wasn't just something that I wanted to try,
Mhm.
because my family, coming from a humble family, they would make me understand. Listen, we don't buy you for example, the Nike shoes, but we will buy you the dancing shoes.
Mm.
Uh, uh, Growing up, I had to be like summertime in the vineyards. Then my teenager side, I knew I had to help my brother a lot. Age of 14, 15, I started to go, north of Italy or like in Europe to the competition. Obviously, sometimes I was away. Uh, Everything was more expensive every time.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I had a moment where obviously my dad said, "Listen, we can't afford that. We have to find a way that we have to, bring food on the table first, and then
Mm.
you dancing." And there
Yeah.
was the moment where, for me, it was like a massive drop, because I was in my world. I had two lives. I had the dance. I never mentioned dancing because as a kid was good, was nice, and then growing up, being bullied every day from classmates.
Mm.
So I would be two different Grazianos, because growing up wasn't easy. Long hair, dancing, every show at school, I was the only male dancing. Nobody wanted to dance.
Mm.
Um, and then obviously after the school, I will literally live another dream that was dancing.
Yeah.
Was crazy. Since you know what, that's what my mom say every time. My mom say, you are lucky to be in this world. That's why my name Graziano means grateful, because I was a twin. Uh, and unfortunately my brother didn't make it. And when they pulled me out, I wasn't breathing.
Oh
So
wow.
they thanked thankfully they checked my heartbeats and my heart was still beating. So they gave me a cortisone, and in 48 hours, my organism will start again, or because I was a premature, I won't make it. Luckily, I made it, and
Yeah.
they literally, I stay in the hospital. It was a special premature baby hospital,
Mm.
and for 7 months, 8 months after I born, and then they kept me for 7 years, 8 years. Every 6 months I had to go. I started dancing, and then by the age of 7 or 8, I will show the picture of the competition. Was beautiful, but I didn't know that this would happen.
Yeah.
I think when the Strictly Call arrived, I was like, yes, that kid was right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a
So,
wonderful
but
story.
it is incredible, and I think every person that would come along and watch the show could find themselves in it, because I didn't know anything about goals or where you can go. I just knew that I like dancing, and obviously
Mm.
it was beautiful. And as a kid, I couldn't control it. I remember, I'm come from a big family, so summerish we would have like 8, 10 weddings
Yeah.
because they want me to dance. I didn't want to. I was shy.
Yeah.
And then once the music would pass my body, couldn't control myself. I would love it. But
Mm.
my mom, both of my parents, but my mom was the one that would find always the way to help me, because she understood straight away, even before me, because I was a kid,
Mm.
that dancing was in my veins.
Yeah.
And obviously by 10, 12 years old, I knew that I have to try harder. No, in terms of, obviously I was the couple that wouldn't do um, 10 lessons with a teacher. I would do three because I couldn't afford it. But
Yeah.
obviously my mom, I would come back home, my mom would move the table, sit on the couch and rehearse. I would cry, no, I don't want to rehearse. No, you need to rehearse.
Yeah.
So she and I grew up here in the vineyards. That would help me, because for us, working was a normal thing. Like I remember on Sunday, for me, it was so satisfying to see my dad proud of me, and I always wanted to show him that I was older than my age.
Yeah.
So in the tractor as a young age, and then when you start to be 16, 17, you have to be quicker than everybody else, because if your dad owns the vineyards and you
Mm.
go other people working with you,
Yeah.
you wanna be you need to show that you need to be strong and quick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It sounds a wonderful life that you've led. And to have all that on stage, I think is going to be so wonderful. Obviously, there's a lot of music,
Oh
a lot of music in the show, and you've picked some of your favourite sort of artists, sort of including Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. I mean, yeah,
yes,
is that always the
absolutely.
music that you've enjoyed to listen to?
Always. And to be honest with you, during rehearsal, obviously it's the final week before we open. Uh, we have our opening, and I got moments where obviously there are some strong moments where I dedicate a number to my brother, or something where I'm dancing with my mom, or
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm an emotional guy, but some tears have been coming through. And the fact that there are these producers, that I will call them friends,
Yeah.
they wanted to listen to my story and trying to put on stage. It's incredible. I cannot wait to see the reaction of the audience.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's in my hand. He's in my head. I can see the picture, but I want to live it. I really hope. I don't know what to expect, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
people love you, Graziano, because,
oh,
obviously of
thank you.
Strictly, that, you're a firm favourite on that particular show. So to be able to hear your story as well, I think people are going to absolutely love it. I mean, how do you feel about touring the country? Are you excited about
Oh,
that?
I love it. Won't be the
So you're
first time.
doing
I
a
love it.
massive tour, so it's all over the place up until sort of the middle of April as well. I mean, what
Yes.
keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? Is it just the love of
This,
dance?
Oh, that's for sure. But especially this is something that there is nothing better than this. I'm saying my story. I'm dancing on my roots. I'm dancing with my favorites on my favorite songs, and I think it's something to let the people know me as a person, know my roots.
Yeah.
So I really hope it's just the beginning, and I really hope people are gonna have the best time because obviously you know that I love to dance full on, give everything I can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the tour, I'll put on the next slide where people can see you. It kicks off on the 3rd of March in Stevenage. So I'll put the details on the next slide. The signal isn't great,
Yes.
unfortunately, Graziano. So I'm going to let you go, and hopefully you can
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. It's a shame, but technology as it is. Don't worry. And so I'll do my best with letting everybody know all about the show.
Everything.
And good luck with it. It's going to be
Thank you. Come and
fantastic.
see, believe.
Yes, we will. Take care.